Well, hello everyone, it's Andy from St Barnabas here again. I've been asked this time to talk to you about why Christians make promises at baptisms, or some of you might know the word as christenings. Baptisms or christenings are a very important part of a journey as a Christian, and it's important for the church to make sure that the people who are being baptised understand the faith that they're part of. Baptism is about becoming part of the church, a member of the church. It's about becoming a Christian, and that has implications for how people live their lives. It changes some of the things people think or believe as they come to know Jesus as a Christian believer. So I said baptism is about becoming a member of the church, and we're all members quite often of lots of different kind of things. Some of you might be members of the guiding or scouting organisation. Some might be members of different clubs. You're all, in a sense, a member of Ash Grove, the school. And every time you become a member of something, there are expectations about how you will live your life, how you will behave, that you will do the things that help that organisation and group, and not do the things that that group or organisation doesn't want you to do. At school, there are rules and guidelines to follow as being members of the school. If you could be a member of the scouting or guiding organisation, you have to make a promise to do the things that that organisation believes are good, a promise to be a good guide or scout. And it's no different with the church. The promises that we ask you to make to become a baptised member of the church are promises to make sure that you understand what it means to be a Christian. You understand that it means it will change your life. Becoming a member is about being committed. Understanding that you are part of something bigger, not just the local church at St Barnabas, but also the worldwide church. And so we make people go through this system of making promises. We try to teach them what the promises are about, first of all. You have to understand why you're making promises and what they're about before you make them. You have to really want to know you want to become a Christian, that you want to become a part of your local church before you make those promises. And that's what the baptism service is partly about. Making sure people understand those promises, making sure people are prepared to say those promises in front of their family, friends, and maybe even the church congregation. So what are the promises that we ask you to make? What does it mean to become a Christian? Because that's at the heart of baptism, the heart of being a good member of the church and a good Christian. Well, we ask people to make 4 promises. First one is, do you turn away from sin? Turning away from sin means changing how we live. Sin are all the things that hurt other people that we do or say, or that hurt God. As Christians, we don't want to live a life of sin, a life of doing wrong things, a life of saying wrong things, a life of hurting others and also hurting God. So we ask, first of all, are you prepared to turn away from anything in your life that may cause you to harm or hurt others or God? Are you prepared to live God's kind of way, is what we're asking. And turning away means literally turning around, changing your life. Sometimes you have to give things up to become a Christian. And sometimes you have to take on new things as being a Christian, like being part of the church. That's a new thing for many people. And to the answer to each of the questions, the person simply says, I do. The second question we ask is, do you reject evil? Evil is a force of negative in the world. In the Bible, evil is made a person in the name of the devil, Satan, someone who thought he was just as good as God, if not better, and should be worshipped, and was thrown out of heaven because of it. And evil surrounds us in our world. There are people who do evil things to one another, people who hate one another, people who want to hurt one another physically or mentally. As Christians, we do not want to follow the way of evil. We want to follow the way of Jesus. So we're asked to reject evil and its influence upon our lives, to seek the good things and the godly things in life. We're called to reject all that is evil in our world and in our society, in the world around us. But then we're asked to make two more positive promises, if you like, following on from that. The first is, do you turn to Jesus Christ as Saviour? Remember, the first question is, do you turn away from sin? If you turn away from sin, what are you turning to? We're asked to turn to Jesus Christ as Saviour, to understand that Jesus is the Son of God, God's chosen one, to understand that he is also God, that he died for us on a cross so that God could forgive us for all those sinful things and evil things we may have done in our past lives. That's the only way we can receive God's forgiveness, to turn to Jesus as Saviour, to realise who he is and what he's done for us, and we put our trust in him and want to follow in his ways, that we want to be like him. As we turn to him, we turn to follow him. And the fourth question is, do you trust in him as Lord? Do you believe that Jesus is the Son of God? And if you believe in that, are you prepared to trust him? Are you prepared to follow his ways, to do the things he would want you to do? All the things we read in the Bible that Jesus said and did are examples of how he wants us to live. And are we prepared to trust him that he will want the best for us in our life? That he will help us walk through life with him, seeing good things in our lives. Not life is all good, but by following Jesus, we say we're prepared to trust him. That whatever life throws at us, we will continue to follow him. We will continue to do things his way and not our way. And I guess that's the heart of what it means to be a Christian and be part of the church. To realise that Jesus Christ is our Saviour, the one who came to save us from ourselves and the way we have lived in the past. And the one who wants us to live his kind of life, doing the things he did, being kind and generous and loving to people around us, showing them God's love in this world. Those are the promises that either someone who wants to be baptised will make, or if it's a child or a baby, the parents and godparents will make those promises. To say, this is what we want for our child. Once these promises are made, then the person is baptised, is put either water sprinkled on their head, or they are literally dunked under the water in some kind of pool. It's a symbol of washing and being made clean. By make those promises, all the old stuff, all the sin, all the evil is washed away. And the person is then lifted up out of the water, or their forehead dried from the water, as a sign that they are reborn as followers of Jesus, that they are reborn as members of the church. So making these promises is essential to being baptised, because it says why that person's being baptised. It talks about their new faith. It talks about the new way they're going to live. Without making those promises, they wouldn't know what they were going to do in the future, how they were going to live in the future, and other people wouldn't know that they'd come to join the Christian faith. By making those promises, the person or the child's family says, I want to be a Christian. I want to follow Jesus, and I want to be a member of his church and live out this faith in my life. I hope that helps you understand a bit about why we make these promises at baptism or christening. As always, if you've got any questions, please do send them to me, and I'll try and answer them as best I can by email or text or any other way. I hope you can stay safe, look after each other, and be good and loving people. Take care. God bless.